chance today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. So today is middle of March. We made it through daylight savings last week. And today is, or no, yesterday was the first day of spring. Today is the
first day of spring. There you go.
Happy spring.
I told Sarah before we started recording, I bought this mug when I was out Christmas shopping for people, and I loved it so much. And I thought I have to have that for when it's spring. And so today I washed it and I'm drinking out of it.
Cute.
Because I hate spring.
Because you hate spring. It's windy.
If you saw,
it's windy here.
If you saw my spring, you would understand why. And I was going to take a picture actually the other day. I got up and it was sunny, and I thought, oh, this does feel good. Okay, the sun is motivating me. 3 hours later, sun's gone, pouring down rain. I thought, this is why I hate spring, because you get all excited for some sun and then it doesn't even last for a whole day. And today it's just like one little thunderstorm blowing through without any thunder. We just call them thunderstorms, but
little rainstorm.
I need this.
Squall.
I need this.
I bought a hyacinth and a tulip the other day at grocery outlet. I was like, oh, these are pretty, and I probably overpaid for them because they were just like in the grocery store, but they're so pretty and the hyacinth smells good, and I will put them out in the yard soon. Yeah. But I haven't been out too much. It's been rainy and windy here.
Yeah.
Mostly windy.
I'm really sad too, because I bought those 2 hydrangeas that were in big pots last summer, just small hydrangeas. I don't think they made it through our winter.
Oh, you might be surprised.
I'm hoping they come back up. They're looking pretty bad right now.
Yeah, my hydrangeas always look totally dead all winter, and then in the spring.
See, my big ones against, that are established are starting to bud out. These just look like little dead sticks.
Oh no.
Drooping over.
Oh wow.
I might have to buy a couple more.
We're a channel. Oh, go ahead.
I guess I should plant them in the ground next time.
But weren't you thinking you might take them with you if you moved?
Yeah. I am, yes.
You might make it. We're a little channel about cross stitch and other chatty things, which is why we like to visit at the beginning. We're in Washington State if you're new joining us, but we're on separate sides of the mountains. So I'm in Central Washington. Mom is in Western Washington.
Rainy Washington.
And we're in windy Washington. Rainy and windy. And we love doing this.
Yeah.
We're coming up on episode 100. Did you know that? We still have a few months, but every time.
It'll be our 2-year anniversary.
Oh yeah. When did we? Oh, we should celebrate.
May.
That's right. In May.
We're a pandemic Flosstube. We started
finally in the pandemic.
It's so funny to me, because we had talked about how there's got to be a way to do it way before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden Zoom was the thing, and we're like, okay. And then I thought, we're not going to do it. That's too much of a commitment. And Sarah jumped on the gun and figured it out, and the rest is history now.
We've been having fun ever since. Almost every single week. I think we've only had a couple weeks where we didn't.
A few here. Yeah. Probably one hand, maybe 5 we've missed, maybe max.
Yeah, something. So
due to unforeseen circumstances at different times.
Neither of us have like a stitching group that we get together with in person. So this is our way of connecting with our friends online. We've made a lot of friends this way. I hope you get to as well.
Yeah. Somebody on one of the Facebook groups, stitching Facebook groups, mentioned how they have all these people in their life that say, well, I used to stitch, but she doesn't have anybody that stitches. And I thought, I feel the same way. I have a lot of my friends used to stitch, but they don't anymore. I mean, some knit. Sue doesn't cross stitch. She quilts. So they've all moved on. But yeah, I think that's must be our generation. Be interesting to see. You have friends. I mean, you have.
I have a few friends. I have a few friends that stitch, but it's not like we get together and stitch.
No stitch
group. Occasionally we do. If we're just getting together, I have a friend just up the driveway here that occasionally we'll get together and cross stitch at the same time. And then I have another friend or two who, it's kind of like made a comeback a little bit. So that's nice.
I just saw, by the way, a quilt store opened in Ellensburg.
Really? Oh.
Yarn Folk gave her a shout out, and I commented, well, now you guys need a needlework store.
Yeah. Now we need to have a place to go for all 3.
Yeah, it's a town that's not too far from Sarah. A little bit bigger, maybe. Is Ellensburg bigger than Yakima? I don't feel like it's bigger.
It's smaller, but it's a college town, so it's a little artsier. It's cute.
Yeah.
So anyway, there.
There's hope.
Hi, Rosie. My 3 girls sometimes join us. Do you want to find out if Millie has anything to share? She didn't. She's playing Zelda on the Wii. Yes, you can get on the computer. We let's see, what other small chit chat do we have to say? Not too much. I've been really tired this week. If you've watched a while, you know I had my thyroid out last summer because of some growths on it or in it or whatever. And I'm kind of wondering if my thyroid levels are off because I've been really fatigued and a few other like kind of symptoms. I started Googling like thyroid with the symptom and I was like, oh, yep, that could be why we're still kind of adjusting my medication. So I took a long nap this afternoon. I look a little bit crunched, but I was thinking, 20-minute nap.
I ran around on the rain. I look a little crunched.
I told her she could get one of those plastic head coverings that I always picture my great grandma wearing those.
Grandma Eileen did.
Yeah, I think it's her that I picture wearing this.
Little rain bonnets.
No, plastic clear rain bonnet.
Keep their bouffant.
They only had to go to the stylist once a week or whatever.
Yeah, back when you could afford that.
So, do you have any previous finishes? I thought you
I
said
have a from the vault.
From the vault.
This is not that pretty, but I'll share it because it just shows you the era. Whoopsie, here it is. Out of its frame.
Oh yeah, you did the lacing in the back.
I did some lacing. Okay, hold on. Get back in the frame. This was at my mom's house. My mom, over the years, would go through phases and she would decorate her house in different things. Like I remember growing up, my mom's kitchen was all strawberries. It was all red and white and strawberries and adorable. And then she went, at the end of her life, it was a lot of sunflowers and fallish things. I can't get this thing back in the frame. And so I would cross stitch her things, and country. She loved, then she went through kind of the country phase. And then she went through a stage where rocking horses.
Oh, I know what
were her jam.
Yes, I remember that one in her house.
So I cross stitched this for her. I have a feeling this was I don't know if it was a kit. It's not on, it's on Ada.
Yeah.
So it might have been a kit.
Yeah, you didn't date it or anything?
No, I thought I was better about dating things, but I really was not. So anyway, when the new lady moved to my dad's house with them, all of this stuff came down and I don't know what I'll do with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you have a craft room, you could just put it up in memoriam.
I could put it up this way and show off my good night. What was the point?
Is it all pinned along the edges too? Like you've always made me do? Or is it just laced?
It was just laced. I think this was before I started pinning them.
I see.
And I started just pinning them and not lacing them.
Yeah.
Pretty big size. Actually, it was really nicely stitched.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's not something you would stitch now probably, but it was.
No, it's definitely, I feel like that had to have been the late 80s to mid 90s period of her life.
Yeah, that's what that.
When you were a little girl.
I think was, yeah.
Yeah, when you were little. That's my previous finish. I mean, my vault.
I was laughing when you were talking about grandma's decorating in her kitchen. I remember I was probably in college or maybe newly married and we were there for a holiday and she had this I think they were monkeys or something in her kitchen window. Do you remember this? They were like super ugly, but she loved them. And I just laughed when I saw them. And she goes, I know, they're just like so ugly. They're cute. I was just cracking up because they were pretty much just ugly to me. But
wonder what happened to them. I haven't seen them.
I can't remember if it was monkeys or some other animal. It was an animal. And it was like a couple monkeys. Like, I don't know if they were even ceramic. I don't even really remember. I just remember the interaction more than the actual thing.
I kind of do remember something kind of weird in her window.
Yeah, it was just like, and it wasn't really her style. It wasn't like that country style. It was just probably something she saw and thought was so quirky that she just wanted to have it. And
she did. She kind of every once in a while would have this quirky side of her come out. Yeah. She was.
Oh, I should have grabbed the little mouse. So the girls, she used to make stuffed animals. I have a few of them, but they're not handy. One's on the wall hanging. but and then sell them at bazaars.
Rag dolls and
Yeah.
animals.
So the girls all have Raggedy Anns that she had sewn now tucked in their room. But one of them, at one point, she had given them all, she must have been cleaning out, or maybe it was after. No, I think it was when she was still alive.
Mhm.
They brought some down and she had sewn those tiny little mice. And she always had a little tiny mouse sitting in the hutch, which I now have and showed a few weeks ago. Well, the girls had it out for some reason, the little mouse. And I found it the other day just on the table. And so I tucked it in the hutch. They haven't missed it yet, but
I think I have a bride and groom mouse in my stuff.
they were probably in the hutch, I think.
It was when I was cleaning the hutch out before you took it.
Yeah.
There were a couple little mice in there that I took.
Yeah.
None of the ones that had the little dresses though.
That's what I have. It's a little yellow. I'll show it. I should have brought it. I'll show it next time.
I don't have any of those.
Oh, well, you
Is that
should.
weird?
This was the girls', so I can't really offer it. Sorry.
Well, and the story behind that was she saw these little mice that they were like little mice with little clothes on. I don't even know where she
Let me
saw
just
them.
go
Like,
grab it. I'll show it.
okay, I'll talk about
You
it.
tell
when
the story while I grab it.
Yeah. So she was just a stay-at-home mom. She saw this little mouse somewhere, and somebody must have shown it to her and said, "Can you make another one of these?" And she knew how to sew and stuff, and she was really good at hand sewing. And so she did, and then she started making these, what Sarah's going to bring up. And my dad worked at a big hospital. He was a surgical assistant, and it was long time workers. Like they all worked together for a very long time. And so she started making these. And I remember my dad taking like a flat cardboard box to work with like maybe 6 or 8 of those sitting in there and they got even cuter than that, but they had like, some of them had big full dresses on, but we have these little things, and she would sell them for like $8 a piece, and he'd come home and they'd all be sold. Like it was like
hand stitched them all. Yeah,
they're hand stitched. I'm pretty sure they are. And that's how she started sewing. I mean, that's early days, man.
Really?
That had to have been. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably one of her earliest, I would think.
I think it's one of her early ones.
Isn't that funny?
She had little brides, and
they are all hand stitched. I didn't even realize that.
I'm sure they're all
later. She machine sewed a ton of them.
Yeah, they're bigger things. But I just so remember this little flat box, and they were kind of wrapped up in tissue, and he'd take them to work and put them on the break table, and people would pay him for them.
Yeah, they're cute. And I mean, she's
a little bit of money.
For how many years? The bows kind of keep coming untied.
But I'm thinking, for the amount of hand stitching she did on that, $8 was nothing.
$8. Those would be like $50 now in the boutique store.
I know. So yeah, she did. That was her thing for a long time, and then she got bigger and did much bigger things, and was in a store for a while. She actually was commissioned to put some of her big bunnies and stuff. If you look up online, Bunnies by the Bay, she did some bunnies kind of like them.
Yeah. Did she? I think she made this one, don't you? Did she make this one?
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know if she made it, but it doesn't have any other tags on it. It looks like her.
It looks like her, but she and another gal, there's a couple of them that were in the same bazaars every year, and that might have been a Sheila one, but that was a style my mom would have done. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, this is from her. She gave this. She took this off her wall and gave it to me.
Mm-hmm. There was like a kind of a modern country boutique store that had like furniture and knickknacks, and they, like I said, they commissioned her to put stuff in there, and it was the beginning of her working. And actually, I feel like she did most of that after she quit her full-time job. Then she had time to do that. So yeah. Yep, that's the legacy.
So that's Grandma Kay.
Next time you need to bring the scary angels up.
Okay, I'll bring the scary angels.
She did not make the scary angels, just so you know.
My great grandma made the scary angels.
Your great grandma.
Oh, it wasn't Eileen. Oh, you're right. It was Eileen's
grandmom. It was my great grandma, yeah.
Great grandma.
That my dad just needed to go to a home.
They're still in my home, but I don't know how long they last. I have a finish this week, a real finish of my own.
Did.
I finished it. It was so close last week.
Yeah, she finished it while we were there still.
Yes, it's all finished. So I'm just going to put it in a frame and stitch the other ones and, trade them out because there's a seasonal.
Did you, by the way, see that Jennifer from Bluegrass? Yes. Okay.
And I responded to her. So
Good. Okay. I haven't looked at our comments for a couple days.
Jennifer, if you're watching and you didn't see the comment, I'm happy to just send you the pattern. But if we didn't say it last time, this is Alicia Paulson. You can just go to aliciapaulson.com and you can find all of her patterns there. They're all cute and kind of primitive, rustic. And not really rustic, but.
And if you can't find the kits, she usually still has them up as PDFs. And she uses just fabric from 1-2-3 Stitch, and she uses DMCs. So they're really easy.
Yeah. I think this is just a witch elk linen.
Yeah.
Easy to find.
Yeah.
And all the DMCs.
Well, good for you. It's just in time for spring.
I know.
My quarter.
I'll probably fully finish it for next year.
There you go.
Your quarter finished. Now I want to know what that means. You said that earlier, but you're going to. Oh, 1 quarter.
4 seasons.
I would call that a finish.
I got spring finished.
Yeah, so cute. That was a lot of stitching on that.
That was a lot of stitching on that little sucker. Yeah. Come on, focus. But anyway, there you see her little dress and her little tassels hanging on her top of her dress and her shoes.
Cute.
I need to press it, but anyway, so now summer, I get to start summer and it's strawberries. It's very
the first day of spring, so you should get going on that.
I know. I should get going on a lot of things. So this is, I don't know if you can see it very well. This is going to be summer.
This is Barbara Anna's. Is it called 4 Seasons or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had a whole thing to do with Vivaldi's 4 Seasons, and like you got a Q scan code that you could download. You could listen to Vivaldi while you're stitching, and apparently there's free patterns. Oh, there's my Q code. Oh, that's just to listen to spot. I didn't get the code for the there was like a smaller pattern free that came with it for each season too, like a dog and a cat. But I don't know how to access those because the directions are all in Russian.
Oh.
So, yeah. But anyway, so I met my goal of getting that done.
Yay. Before
spring. So I'm working a season ahead.
Fun. Good job. She turned out really cute.
She did. Okay.
Our
next. I have a schedule, by the way, because we're getting very, very organized.
We want to be a little more professional here.
How are we doing?
Maybe just less scattered. So is next featured friend?
Our next is featured friends.
So we do have a featured friend this week. And what that means is that we have friends who send us stuff we get to feature. It's pretty obvious from the name. So if you're new watching, we would love to have you send in something that you've worked on and finished or not finished. And we really don't care. And just include the name of the design. That helps me when I'm putting it together. And that way we get to see what other people are working on. And so this week we have something from our friend Heather Miller, and she sent in these really cute tea towels. So I'll put the picture right here. Okay, so here's what Heather has to say about her tea towels. She says, thought I'd send in a picture of my tea towel finish. I've decided to pick my own colors to give it a slightly more modern look. So this is the one she's talking about, the little, what did you call her? Sunbonnet Sue?
Sunbonnet Sue.
Sunbonnet Sue towel. Sunday is stitched with DMC 4518 cottage colorway. So that must be that variegated looking thread. I don't even know those cottage.
But I've never heard that term cottage color. I've not heard that. Heather, please enlighten us.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that in my fabric store, which has a very lame.
No. And the DMC variegated ones are called
Something else, right?
something. I want to say dimensions, but it's not dimensions. But yeah, there's something totally different.
So yeah. So I'm not sure. So Heather, you can let us know. We'll also, I might Google it when we're done. But she says she saved this pattern out of the April 2005 magazine, The Cross Stitcher. And then she said, years ago, I used to stitch on monogamously one large chart at a time. But whenever I got bored, I would pick up something small for a quick finish and palette cleanser. I didn't have very much money and was not a sewer with creative finishing ideas. Which she's a quilter now, right? So,
Like a, yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
I leaned toward more useful items. Decorating store-bought tea towels seemed like a great idea and within my budget. I'm including pictures of those towels from oldest to newest, her best guess. They have been totally abused and thrown in the washer and dryer 1,000 times, and I'm pretty impressed at how they've worn over the years. In fact, the one with the coffee mugs, a button just came off in the dryer about a month ago, and I had to sew it back on after over 20 years of service. I used a 28 count medium brown mushroom Lugana, and it is the best workhorse fabric ever. Enjoy.
So my question, Heather, do you actually use these towels? Because 20 years, I can't even get a tea towel to last a year in my house.
You know,
They're grabbed to wipe up stuff on the floor, and then I have to, wow.
yeah, I'm impressed that they have lasted that long. They're really in good shape. And I would never have thought to just stitch them onto regular.
I know, which I really like that idea, because you used to be able to buy like the towels with the grid on them. She had one of those in
like
there.
the heart. Yeah, the little patchwork heart one.
But what a cute idea, just to yeah, that's cute. I love the ones with the buttons on it.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with how well they've stood up. Maybe they don't make, maybe I'm buying too cheap of tea towels.
Maybe she doesn't throw them on the floor underneath her cabinet when they're wet.
Maybe. Are you making fun of me? Because maybe she doesn't throw them down the pantry door towards the laundry room.
Who does that?
So you've never seen my mom's house, I know, but it's the house I grew up in. There's a long, it used to be right at the end of the garage. So they closed off the garage and made it into a room, but they never really refinished before you bought the house. This little tiny section that is basically leads to a utility area where your water heater is and your washing and dryer is. And then there's just shelves along this long, narrow thing. And it's always, stuff is always like falling off and like out into the little tiny narrow. I mean, it's like wide enough for one person to walk in one direction.
It's the only storage we have in this house because there's no garage. And so it literally was the door that you open to go into my laundry room used to be the door that went out into the garage.
But also the floor by like where you put all your towels is like rotted through or something. So
it's just linoleum that's kind of, their support isn't.
You sort of sink about 6 inches in one step.
Your dad assures me that if I go all the way through, I wouldn't go much farther because there's like concrete there. He's gonna finish it.
I know.
We have extra flooring.
I just think it's funny that you're making fun of my one basket with towels in when I grew up chucking towels down the long hallway.
Yeah, think of this room as, the as long as the width of a double car garage. I mean, that's how
but it's only like maybe I don't know, how wide is it? 3 feet maybe max? I'm trying to picture a ruler.
I can get a laundry basket with room to spare. So
and there's shelving, so the shelving is probably the walkway is that narrow. Anyways,
it's just subflooring on the ground. It's
in our house, those tea towels wouldn't have lasted, I think is what we're coming to the conclusion of.
No, they would not have.
I do have baby bibs that you stitched for my youngest brothers that you gave me when the girls were little. I still have those. Those have held up. The stitching has held up. The bib is sort of like falling apart.
I have one left. The birthday one I did for Austin, I think I have still. Yeah, we stitched on that kind of stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything about it.
That's what you did. Or t-shirts or sweatshirts with the anyway. Well,
Thank you, Heather.
For sending those in. I just do those in the order that I get them in email. So I think I'm almost all caught up. So if you have stuff you have finished or things you would like to share with our
You know, I was just thinking about that whole thing too. You know how people talk about how they have just little tiny designs that aren't to do with them. They just stitch up little cutesy things. And some people are putting them like in scrapbooks. You could do them on towels.
Put them on towels.
If you aren't us.
Yeah, if you don't throw your towels down the length of the house. Or have kids. Basically, that might be the
I think that's it. I had multiple children that were constantly grabbing towels and wiping things up or not, just leaving them on the floor. And
well, we didn't have paper towels in the house growing up. You didn't buy paper towels.
We do now.
Yeah.
We have money for paper towels now.
Yeah.
You want to know a secret?
Maybe that's what I need to cut out of our budget.
I have half a package of Costco toilet paper that we've been working through, but I bought another one today.
Is this on top of the one you have in your closet in your bedroom?
The two that I have in my bedroom?
The two that you have in your bedroom. So really you have
3.5
things of Costco toilet paper.
It's some PTSD from COVID. That's all I can say. I don't know.
All the things too. Like, of all the things for you to be PTSD about, I mean, I know it was a big deal, but it would have been okay.
I just think it just so caught me by surprise that we could be sunk into such depravity at the grocery store. I mean, people just, you know, like you couldn't find top ramen. You know, I mean, I just remember being so stunned when I went to the grocery store. I'd never seen shelves empty like that ever. Not even, well, except for maybe when we had a big snowstorm, you know, for like a day. But this was like something beyond. And I think I knew something big was happening, but it happened so fast. It was like overnight we had a pandemic. We knew it was brewing, but nobody took it seriously. And then empty stores. And I think that it just really scared me. And I'm not really scared about toilet paper, but I just figure, I think part of it too was I had 6 people living here like you did. And we were scrounging around all the time, finding toilet paper. I didn't want to be doing rags.
Well, nobody wanted to.
Well, I mean, you think about it, I had two adult children and their significant others living here. I wasn't going to do their dirty bathroom rags.
No, they were going to do their own dirty
bathroom. We're going to have little separate buckets for each of them to put their rags in. No. But we also bought, Dad's really big on buying paper towels now. He likes to get that big thing of paper towels. But he got mad. He told me, you can buy those toilet paper, but you got to find a place to put them, not in our bedroom. I said, okay, I got a place. So I've been cleaning out my little hellhole down there, and down by the dryer there, I've cleaned out some of that stuff. And so I just shoved those toilet paper right back against by the dryer. And
maybe you should just peel up where the floor is sagging and shove it under.
I fixed the floor.
Look, honey, I found a place.
But when I showed him where I put it, he goes, well, that's not going to work. That's where I was going to put the paper towels. I said, too bad I beat you. You find someplace for your paper towels.
Under your bed. Oh my gosh. Well,
anyway.
Stitching.
There you go. What did you stitch on this week?
Well, I'll show you what I stitched on this week.
Do tell.
I've been doing my little spinner, my Tiny Decisions app, with all of my magazine monthly goals on it, or the projects that I still have left. So I worked on this one. I am not really enjoying it.
At first I thought that was your piece, and I'm like, holy moly, you're almost
finished. Look, Mom, I framed it and everything. It's done. Look, and I took a picture of it and I put the title up.
Seriously.
And I published the pattern. I did all these ones too. You just didn't know it.
Okay. No, you don't like working on it, or you do like working on it?
It's just, yeah, I just am not really enjoying it. I don't know why. Once I got going on it, it's just one of those projects I never really want to pull out.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I've got a few baskets of those kind of projects. Your dad keeps saying, when are you going to finish those? Well, someday
A little bit at a time.
when I retire.
So I'm doing the light green grass up there, and it's,
You know what I think? I'm going to be honest with you, and I haven't ever said this. I don't think I like the color of her dress.
yeah, the pink.
Yeah. I don't think it goes very well with the upper part.
Yeah. So
You know what
maybe
I'm
I
saying?
need to take her dress out.
I love the top part.
Yeah, maybe that's what I don't like.
Maybe that I'm just wondering if maybe that's part of it. Maybe it just doesn't.
You think it's the
doesn't jive.
pink?
Yeah, I think it's the pink and
Yeah,
maybe the yellow. Is it yellow?
No, it's a cream color, but maybe I need to take
I
out.
think it needs to be a little bolder because you got such a bold color palette everywhere else.
So maybe I'll take out her thing.
I mean, I know that's a lot.
I
The
know.
sun's really cute though. I love the way that sun's peeking up over there like that.
Yeah, I know. I do think the sun is cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm just not really thrilled with it. Maybe I don't like the color of her dress. I think I kept her pink the same, and I changed to the blues because I was kind of hoping the pink
Hold up the pattern again. Hold up the actual pattern.
really muted, and so I'm gonna do her dress in blues. So I think I kept the pink.
Did you change the top part to brighter colors?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I think that's the problem. I think she's too muted. I think if you kept it, the upper colors muted, I think her dress would be probably, I think it just doesn't.
Yeah,
sync
I think
very
it's
well.
my color choice. It's not the pattern color.
Right. I think you didn't sync it very well, maybe.
Maybe I just need to change her. Do you think if I kept the blue of the little baby and the blue of the apron, are those bold enough?
Well, I think it would depend on what other colors you pick to go around it. Yeah, I think the blue's bold enough.
What do you think? Do you think colors? Do you think some of those might work together?
I don't understand why you don't have those on bobbins because you were big into at least get them in a floss away.
I usually don't show my flosses in my project bags for that reason.
You know, I'm going to judge you. Well, I think, I think you could reassess the blues once you decide what else you want to do.
I'll do the other lady first and
Yeah.
then see how I think and maybe pull out the pink and decide what color is missing
Yeah.
there.
I think it just doesn't go with
yellow
it
or something.
It doesn't match well to me.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm just not, I keep thinking like, I just don't really feel like this looks the way I want it to. And maybe it is that dress.
Yeah.
Because I do like the top part as it's coming together. I was kind of worried that I didn't like the greens, but I do like the greens.
Yeah, no, I really like the top part. I like those color choices.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind as I go. I think I'll finish the top part, go down and do the other woman, and then assess what I think about the color and what I want to put there instead. I worked on the next.
Wasn't she the one that you made the mistake on that set everything off? Or did you already correct that mistake?
No, I made a mistake on the table.
Oh, on the table. Okay.
Which made her have a mistake, but I kind of corrected that and dealt with that. But but because of the mistake on the table, I don't want to do the woman left. I'm going to do her face after. Yeah, so maybe that's part of it too, is just knowing this looming, like I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this other lady. I worked on the Victoria sampler SAL. That's going right
I
now.
love that.
And I got that next.
Oh, look at those sweet little violets or whatever you want to call them.
I know. I don't know what they are. Little vining flowers of some kind.
That's pretty. I like that. I like that those purpley blues with your yellow house.
Yeah, me too. I like the colors on this one.
Yeah,
I like the colors.
Yeah, that's really cute. Good job. Good job, honey.
I like it on this light blue too. I think the light blue is nice.
Yeah.
Good. I'm liking that one. That one is an enjoyable one to.
I think that's probably why, maybe.
Yeah.
The whole color thing.
Yeah, that probably is it. And I do find, I don't know, like my DMCs, they aren't laying that nice on that fabric. I think it's an Ada. I did it on an Ada.
On the friend one?
Yeah. Like, maybe it's just a smaller count Ada than I've done before. I don't know. I stitch on, all kinds of sizes.
Right. That's not usually been a problem for
I
you.
don't feel like my stitches are like looking as good as they normally do. And I
Really?
think it has to do with the thread. I mean, I think it has to do with the fabric, but I don't know why that would be. Well, like, I don't know. They're not bad. They're just not. Well, and part of it is that all the little half and quarter stitches that don't have the back stitching, they'll look better when the back stitching's done. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. Where did I get that notification?
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, I heard a ding. Maybe it was Dad's computer. I was thinking, oh no, is my laptop not charging? But it should be.
Oh.
It's lit up. So okay.
Weird.
If I go dead, that's why.
This is my next one that I've been working on, and I'm finishing this little area right here, and then it will be all stitched except the beads, of course.
I was gonna say, don't say all done.
All the major stitching will be done, and then I'll go back and do all the beading. So this is the one I did this week. The tree, right?
So pretty.
Yeah, so there's really just one more backstitch tree here and a small tree like that or something right in there, and then that's the completed like tree.
Wow, good for you. You'll have that ready to go by Christmas for sure.
Oh, I think so. I could probably get mine done too and then finish.
Yeah, it's only March.
I think I'll totally finish them at the same time.
Yeah.
So have them be
Get that
same.
Get that mess out.
Yeah, just get it all done at once. I worked for just a little bit on this one because it got spun for my choices on the little wheel thing, but I didn't get very much done. But I do love this one, and it got called. I was having a hard time. I hadn't worked on it for a while, so I couldn't remember exactly where I was, but I'm working on this wing here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm using one of the alternate colors because when you kitted this up for me, they didn't have the one it called for.
Gave you tons of choices.
So I chose the fool's gold,
and
I think that's going to look nice. So here's I only really did a tiny bit of that color there. I did a little bit of the darker brown too.
Really like that on that fabric.
I think it's going to turn out really pretty. Yeah, I think that's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So just plugging away on that little wing and trying to get, touch it a little bit.
Right.
Keep pulling out the turkey more. I just have made more headway on that one, which I'll have to show you. Which you gave, I think of them similarly because you gave them both to me at the same time. And that one is my Turkey Day by Cottage Garden Sampling. And he's really coming along. I'll show you right now. I just put it in a project bag because I had one open up. Look how far I am.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He's coming along so cute.
He is cute.
So that I've got on him. The only other, well, I finished my Alicia Paulson one that I showed earlier. And then I've been knitting, trying to like work a little bit at a time every day on the little knitting pattern. That baby that I'm knitting it for just got baptized at church today.
Oh, we had baptism in our church today too.
Oh, fun. So here I got one leg done and it's on waste yarn waiting.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. Oh. The colors turned out nice, I think.
You did a lot this week because you just barely had the cuff done last week.
Well, yeah. So my friend, the night I was in the hospital with my friend had basically a medical emergency, and she's a single gal and her parents are older. This is the cuff for the other leg. I worked on it a lot overnight in the ER waiting with her. I don't sleep in a chair or anything, and I was really needing sleep. So I sat there and finished up that leg, realized I had actually knit one section too far, so I had to rip out. And since I was just sitting there and I didn't have a tapestry needle in my bag, so I just unknit it rather than pulling it out. And
I've done that.
Knit back because I was just sitting there anyway. So
it's not many stitches in a row to unknit either on that tiny little thing.
I probably had it all unknit in a half hour, and then I just set it aside. And then when I got home, I finished up that leg and started the next.
Did you fix Millie's sleeves yet?
No, I need to. I still need to block it. It's needing to be blocked. It's on one of my many lists of things to do.
Yeah. Are you hoping that if you block it?
I'm hoping if I can stretch out those sleeves a little bit, but I have a feeling I'll need to unknit and put in a little bit more length there.
Yeah.
Anyway, That's
a
what I
little bit
would.
or longer. Huh?
Yeah. What'd you work on?
Well, I worked on that Spring Girl.
Mhm.
I worked on my Stitchy Princess, the Flower Fairy.
Mhm.
I keep seeing that the sunflower one she did all over, and I really want to stitch that one.
I like
And
that
I
one.
didn't do a ton, I don't think, on her. I did I did the dragonfly, I did those, and I think I worked on some of these. I don't think those were all done last week.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think I had worked on her much the week before, or I had done this stuff.
I think you just showed her last week because of just talking.
You're right. I hadn't worked on her. So that's what I got done.
Yep.
Really pretty.
She is pretty.
Pretty little thing. So
You're doing all the called for colors.
I am.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. She just, gave an update. So we know she's still in the town that she was in. I worked on my calendar piece, and I'm way behind on this month. I don't know why. It's the, if you're new here, the mess. It's a project bag. I won't show you the mess I've got. Too proud. So it's this. I'm working on the sheeps.
Did you see that there was I think there was a comment from someone saying that there's a Facebook group for this SAL.
Yes, it's actually a Facebook group for all of the SALs. They have like tons. They've had not tons, but they had a Christmas SAL. So I haven't scrolled down far enough to see some of them, but I'm going to. But really, what I did was just work on that little sheep.
Cute.
And I've got another sheep, another sheep, another sheep, and a couple of flowers. The words. I mean, it's not going to take me a ton of time. I just need to.
Better get moving, Mom. It's already the 20th.
I know. Oh my gosh, shush up. How is that even possible? I don't even know. So I worked on that. I worked on that chicken. I hate the smell of that chicken.
You hate the smell of it?
I hate chicken. Yeah. Just warm chicken. Sorry. Even though she's not really, I don't think she's on my wheel. I worked on this one because I'm just really in love with it.
Yeah.
And I gotta orient this fabric the right way. Let's just go. There we go. I finished. So this is half the tree. There's more over here. And there's obviously the trunk.
Oh, you started the girl.
All this, and I started the first girl's hair.
Okay.
That's probably 2 colors of brown. There's like 3 or 4 more different colors, but
so pretty.
I have some back stitch, like, some stems to do still, but I really do love this piece. I mean, it's probably going to take me forever, but I feel like I'm steadily making progress, and it just kind of feels good. There's no timeline.
Yeah.
It's in my new Garon bag, my first bag by them. And then I worked on my Biscornu.
Yay.
Yeah, coming along on this. Magazine Monthly has a pop-up challenge calling Spring It Forward.
Oh, is it right now? Did I miss it?
Started today.
Oh, good. I forgot.
For 7 days. So you pick a piece, your whip that's the closest to being done. You do 500 stitches or 5 hours. Ooh, I got blurry.
Yeah.
Come on, come back to me.
It's all right. I don't know. It'll zoom in on your pattern at least.
Wow, what's going on? Anyway, so I picked a Gerber Daisy pattern from Sunshine X Stitch. So I had already previously finished the top half of the Biscornu, which is those guys. Oh, I haven't finished it. I have to do some kind of version of some eyelets in aqua or something. But then look at here's the back.
Oh, you
I
got
don't know if
you had 1 flower, I think that.
So I think I did all that. They're going pretty fast now. I kind of get the rhythm down. There's only like 3 different, there's 3 pinks in each of those big ones, and then an orange or a gold.
Okay.
So this is my project for this week, to try to get 5 hours done. And I think that would definitely for sure get it done. I don't know if it'll get it fully finished, but I would love to get it fully finished and try and see if I can figure out how to do one.
I have to think about what my closest to being finished is. No, I finished a bunch recently that were my closest to be finished.
Well, I mean, you might not finish it, but at least you'd be pushing it forward.
Yeah, I'll have to think about which one that would be.
So the last thing I worked on, I think that was the last thing I worked on, was actually a new start. I was going to start that one from Acorns and Threads, the blue, but I didn't start that one. And all of a sudden I was scrolling through Doreen Jones's Facebook group. So she's, if you try to find her patterns, it's really kind of tricky. She has like a cross stitch group where you can chat and show your progress, but then she's got a personal page, and that's where she saves her patterns under photographs. And for some reason she said they won't let her upload PDFs. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure people do PDFs on Facebook. So what she does is she uploads the files in a picture form. Well, then you've got to figure out how to save them into your pictures and then print them. And I could not figure out a way. I really want to do this, Sal, to print these to fit on an 8x11. They were always really big, and I don't have any settings on I'm printing from my phone because my computer just flakes out every time I try to print from my computer. Maybe that would have been different. Anyway, she has got a SAL. It's called Flowers and Bees. Flowers and Bees. It's a gardening, and I don't have a picture, but if you look her up,
Here, I'll see.
Can you find it?
I'll look.
My phone's too glary. Are you part of her Facebook group?
Excuse me, what?
Are you part of her Facebook group?
Well, I follow her, Doreen Jones Cross Stitch. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this Stitch Along, she's releasing a clue every week, and they're on week 9. She just did week 9. And apparently, I think,
This one?
so that's the 9th clue. That was Friday's clue.
The whole thing?
That whole thing was, yeah.
Got it.
But shoot, Canute. Let me see if I can tone my phone down here. I should have done this beforehand, but maybe if I get my resolution down.
I'm looking to see if I can see more about that. I don't see anything about like a major SAL.
She would be, it's not called SAL, it's called, hold on. Let me just go in here. I have to just do a search. It's called, oops.
Oh, well, here's another piece of it.
That's another clue of it. Yeah. Okay. It's called Doreen Jones Cross Stitch Designs. I just found it. So let me see if I could get that too.
Oh, cute. Yeah, I'm trying to find like that kind of a picture.
So that is, oh, there we go. See, now you can see it. I hope.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So I think there's just one more clue. It's just really pretty. And it's just DMC. It's a lot of border work. Oh, it's a lot of borders. But it really just like, here's an up close of. Come on, focus of the bee.
That's pretty.
I love the colors. And I mean, we've talked about how much I don't like spring. And I thought, you know what? I really like this. This makes me like spring. And I thought it'd be a good start for the first day of spring weekend. So I decided to start it. And I went and got the DMC, and I got a piece of kind of silver gray fabric. And this is what I did last night.
Cute.
So it's eyelets. It's Algerian eyelets. I was missing the green. And then there's a checkerboard. And this is only like half of that first clue, which is the base of the flowers. Yeah. But it was really fun to work on. And I just thought, oh, I could like spring.
That is pretty. Look at this.
But the thing about this eyelet border, oh, isn't that cute?
That's her.
Is that part of it?
No, it's a bee hoop design, and you can find it in her Etsy shop. She
has some really, her style is really cute. It's just, but this is 2 different colors green. There's a third green. And when I'm doing eyelets, you're doing 2 sets and then a space and then another, you're changing colors. So I had 2 needles stuck in the arm of my couch, one with one green, one with the other. And they're very similar looking until you get them on the fabric. But I thought, well, I'm not going to park them. So I just would knot it, stick it in the couch, get the other one out, and just keep moving across. And I actually like doing those kind of eyelets. I'll probably just do that same eyelet on my Biscornu rather than try to do the one that was in the pattern. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
Just use the pop of glue. Yeah. So that was kind of fun to start. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I needed to go to the cross stitch store because I hadn't been for several weeks, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect timing. I'll get some fabric, and yeah, I'm going to save this one so I can look at it. But anyway, like I said, my pattern kept printing. So I printed, like, I would go in, I would save the picture in my pictures, then I would edit it and edit just half and try to just do half the pattern and then line it up and do the bottom half of the square. Because if I showed them to you, I'm not going to show them to you. They're just big. They didn't all fit on the page. It would cut off the bottom part. And I thought, there's something I'm doing wrong. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if anybody has any clues on technology and printing from your phone, also our printer is janky. I'll get it up and I'll print a pattern and then I'll try to print another one or another page. It just stops recognizing it. So I have to go unplug it, plug it back in, print another one. Yeah, it's dumb. I hate this printer. I don't know. It doesn't print from my computer. It never has very well. Dad does once in a while. He has to kind of jimmy rig it around.
I don't understand. You need one of your technology-driven sons to walk you through it.
I know. What was really nice was when I figured out I could print from my phone. I didn't know I could do that for years. I mean, I just figured that out like in the last year.
Oh boy, yeah.
So like when I do an Etsy purchase, I print it off from my phone. Yeah. And those are formatted so much nicer because they're made for that. So I don't know why she doesn't able to do a PDF, but I think that's part of the problem is that it's not a PDF. Somebody come in to share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, better late than never.
Finish beating somebody up in Zelda? No. What you doing, Zelda? You gonna say anything? You gonna say hi or
Hi.
or how are you all? Or I'm glad to see you all. Why don't you say
That face you just made is going to be on the internet forever and ever.
What face?
The one you just made. Want to see my fun eyes? Look at my eyes. Can you see my my ring light?
my glasses?
Okay.
Hey, say hi. Say I'm glad to be here today.
Glad to be here. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing Christmas celebration sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Stop. Ow. Hey, stop. Hey, stop.
Okay, I'll stop. Maybe.
You need to get your hair cut again. Your hair's growing out so fast.
I don't want to get it cut again.
Oh, you don't want it? I thought you wanted a pixie. Oh,
Too much work.
I'm going to let it get really long again, or are you going to keep it kind of?
The
I'll let her choose.
snowman square. And then I started the border for the next one.
Ah, cute.
Snowman better.
Up, 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 raise it up. Oh, they're so cute. Wow. You're bombing along on that.
Cute.
Pretty cute. You got rosy cheeks. Was it warm down there where you were playing?
Yeah, the fire's going.
Yeah. You got rosy cheeks. Good job, honey. It's really looking cute.
Get a lot of compliments in the comments.
Okay, bye.
Wait, put them away now.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Did you have other things that was that the last thing you had worked on?
That was the last thing I worked on.
I
think so.
Rosie's. I've got an audience. She's just staring at me. You tired? You gonna take a nap right there? All cuddled up in the quilt that Aunt Nancy sent me.
Ooh. I'm gonna get my quilt out. I'm too afraid to use it.
It's sturdy.
I know.
In your house. What are you afraid
I know. I was thinking
do it.
now I'd put it away when people come visit. Maybe I just need to get it out.
What's next on our schedule? Oh,
our schedule. That's right, our schedule. It is haul. Do you have haul?
No, I have no haul.
I have itty bitty haul. My Nashville order still hasn't come, but I think it got hung up.
Unless you count my vacuum cleaner that I got. That's all.
Woo-hoo, big time in Sarah's house. Anyway, I think my order got hung up in some wacky little post office somewhere in the South. So I think my Garon order might be coming tomorrow. Who knows? But I did, because I went to, well, okay, first of all, my first haul is I'm copying Sarah, who copied me. I bought the newest Katie Daisy planner because I love her planners.
I love that planner.
And Carolyn, I love the size of the one. So I bought Carolyn's Zooks because, and I do like that things fit in there, like my magazine monthly, but I still had to kind of fold it up. And it doesn't bother me to fold it up. And I don't have as many grids and Excel spreadsheets that Carolyn has. Carolyn, you are something. I just bow to you. But I thought I have a lot of pieces of paper, little things I write things down on, and I have I buy stickers for my magazine monthly pages, and I also sometimes, if there's smaller giveaways, I can just fit them, and this has a little pocket, and I am a sucker for a pocket. And so, plus I just love this. I love her artwork. It's just so pretty. So I hopped on Amazon and bought one. So I'm going to move everything over. But so that was one of my hauls. The other haul is our giveaway for today that I haven't even showed you.
I don't even know what it is.
And then this was in my Threadneedle Street. She went to market. She didn't go last year, but she went this year. She does not enjoy going because she goes alone, I think part of it. And I think a lot of people
go with her next time.
I told her I'll go with you next year. And she's learning along the way. She says, yeah, I need to bring, like, the first time she went, she brought like one empty suitcase. She says, this time I brought 2. And now I realize I need to bring 3 or something like that. And anyway, her bag was, she was telling me her bag was flagged as oversized or heavy. But they didn't charge her for it. But then she had to wait an extra half hour to get it because it didn't come off the carousel at the same time. But I did find this in her, she had a couple baskets on her counter of her market haul, and it's by Plum Street Samplers. It's called My Garden House. It's kind of a dark picture, and it's a drum.
Oh, that's pretty.
Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love this. I don't really love stitching houses, but I love that house. And I love that. And I've never done a drum. I don't even know how you do a drum. I haven't never Googled a drum. I don't know, but I loved it. So I bought it. Yeah. I almost bought it for a giveaway, and then I thought, nah, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. And then I bought some Murano Carré, I guess Carré Artiste from Hobby Lobby, and it is called Ice. And I'm thinking it's going to, it doesn't show up very well.
Is it variegated?
No, it's just an icy color.
I have a blue variegated one that's
from
the same.
I didn't really have a lot of different fabrics on there now. Anyway, I bought this maybe for our smalls exchange, depending on what I pick. I need to get cracking. Teresa Ruddy, did you see her comment on Elfster? She's already kitted up and ready to go.
Whoa, Teresa, awesome.
I know, make me feel inadequate. She probably has hers done by now.
Okay, just by the way, Cassidy, my sister-in-law, sent me a TikTok account with a video of this dog. He's probably probably an English bulldog or something, who can skateboard. Have you seen this?
I haven't, but she told me it's Junie's favorite thing to watch.
He like can turn around, like he can make tight turns and stuff. And I watched that and I looked at Jessie, I was like, well, now I feel inadequate.
Dog can skateboard.
That bulldog can skateboard, and I can't do anything.
He can do parkour. He can be in the Olympics.
Can't cross stitch though, so I guess I have one up on him.
There you go. You're adequate in cross stitching.
Okay. That was fun to watch some of those.
So that's really all I have.
Oh, I have no haul. I did organize this week. I put all of my cross stitch projects in a bigger basket because I'm at that stage now where the bigger basket I had already made didn't fit anymore.
Don't want to hear any more smack talk from you about my growing collection.
Yeah.
I hoard toys.
Now it fits my knitting and my cross stitch all into one big basket, and I can have fewer small baskets all around the living room overflowing with junk.
I hoard cross stitch patterns and toilet paper and maybe top ramen.
Oh, I forgot I was going to bring up a few things that were like gifted.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. It's fine.
Next time.
I do still need to figure out what to do with all the DMCs that.
Well, if you're not going to keep them, I'll take some of them, but I just figured you have 3, there's potentially 4 of you stitching.
I can probably, if you ever are missing a color, just tell me, because I probably have it most likely. And what I'll do is just take them out of those boxes and put them in my system.
In case you don't realize what we're talking about,
Yeah.
Sarah was gifted from a friend of a friend, 4 of those,
Well, I don't think it's 4. Is it 4? I think it's like
at least 3. Is there 3 in
well,
that?
this one is part like mostly empty.
Oh, are these them right here?
2. All bobbinated, all in order of color. 3, 4.
I mean, good grief.
This one just has a few beads in it, so that one doesn't.
Yeah, but look at all those little containers.
All right. Still going. 6.
That's how many were in there?
7.
What? What bag is that in? Mary Poppins's bag?
If you didn't know, those kinds of boxes fit really nicely in a brown paper grocery bag.
There's 8 of them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the one that just had the.
Okay, so what I think you should do is, if either
What am I doing with these?
either put them in with your stuff or make them the girls's, or consolidate them now, and the girls can each have their own little box and start collecting their own DMC when they do projects that you buy DMC for.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Or at least Millie, because she's the one that's cross stitching the most.
Yeah, she'd probably love to have a box full of
Yeah,
DMCs from her projects.
I mean, that's a lot of floss.
It's a lot of floss, and I mean, I probably have several of these, but there's probably some in there that I don't have any of, because I don't have a complete set. I do. I mean, I love the idea of having them in these boxes.
Mhm.
I have all mine. I've showed this before, but they're all sorted into flossaways in rings, which is pretty functional, but not very pretty. Not very and the rings keep like popping open, and then all of them fall off, and then they're not in order, and then I have to sit down and read, because they're
What kind of rings? Just
like
like
the rings, the little snappy. The big ones don't pop open, but I have all the smaller, I have one big ring that has a ring of 800s and a ring of 900s all onto this one.
You need to get those big squarish ones that screw. They don't pop open. Have you seen those?
Nope.
They're kind of a mix between round and square. Like they're just big. They're like about this big around, but they have like a necklace.
Oh, I can picture what kind of screw you're talking about.
You twist. Because that's what Threadneedle Street's done for some of her fancy flosses. On some of her rings, they were getting too much, and they were popping open. So now you have to unscrew them. But that would keep them from popping off if you wanted to keep them on those big rings.
That would probably help, because it's like the big rings are okay. They don't pop open, because I've got big ones, like this big.
Mhm.
But then it's the smaller. I probably need to get a bunch of those to hook onto that big one in the middle, or get one that you're talking about with the screws.
Yeah.
But the other thing about this is it is really easy to just look through them, find them.
Well, and that's, I think, why I feel overwhelmed when I think about changing colors out, because I've got all mine just in big Ziploc bags per decade. So all the 300s are together, all the 400s are together. So
But they're not in order.
They're not in the order, and they're not even all in flossaways, because I haven't even been putting all of my projects in flossaways. The bigger projects I do, like the ring around the rose tree and my yearly calendar piece, they're on flossaway bags.
Yeah, I don't use the flossaways for just my regular projects. I just use them to store, and then I pull out a hanker or a bobbin.
What I like about the flossaways when I do them, though, is that I I sometimes, you only have like a little bit left of a thread, but you don't want to get rid of it. I
Right.
just shove it in that bag. And then if I just need to stitch a couple stitches later in that color, I just have a piece ready to go. That's
You
part of
wrap
why
them up around the bobbins.
I've done that. And then I hate wrapping it all around. I just shove it in the bag.
Yeah.
I've got no time for that wrapping around stuff.
Winding up all kinds of thread.
Yeah, I've got very limited stitching time. Okay,
So
so
that's
last,
technically not really haul, but
well, it kind of is, and that's
yeah.
part of the
I mean, I
gift.
just, yeah, I know. That's like a huge investment, really, right there, right now, with the price of floss.
Yeah,
So that-
exactly.
You
Uh,
were you still showing, Paul? No.
no, that was it.
Okay.
We have a giveaway from last week, though. It was this, I have it,
Yes.
the Silver Creek samplers that Sarah gave, and it's the North wind doth blow, we shall have snow, and what will the robin do then, poor thing? He'll fly in the barn to keep dry and warm and tuck his head under his wing, poor thing. So
I love that one.
is it, and that is an old poem.
So the winner for this giveaway this from last week is Fawn from Sanctum Stitching. So congratulations,
Hey,
Fawn.
Fawn.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Fawn just joined in with our Smalls exchange too. So yay, we're excited. So I don't think we have your email or your mailing address. So if you could, well, we might actually on Elfster, but if
Yeah.
you could just shoot us an email with your address for sure. Then
Yeah.
we have that.
Yeah.
We can get that out to
And I have not mailed ours out, but I am doing it this week. Things at work I think might be a little calmer, and I might actually take a lunch break.
And I'm still looking for time in my schedule to sit down and resort who is supposed to get some of the things that I was.
Yes.
I think
Right.
I'm kind of like a little bit just waiting for my planner to pop back up, but it just hasn't. So I'm not really waiting anymore. This week I literally didn't have time to sort through.
Okay. But I did buy a new, I think this was a market release also. Just a second, your dad's coming in. Do
Just a second.
you want to pause it?
Girls' dad is coming in.
Oh.
Perfect timing.
Hello,
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Dad.
you want to shut the door?
He wants to be on.
Okay.
Oh, he was over at Austin's helping with the floor. My
Yeah.
mother is redoing their kitchen floor, and he hasn't really ever done a project quite that big in the house.
Flooring projects never go the way you think they're going to go. Okay. This pattern is by Artful Offerings, which I've never stitched anything by them.
Mhm.
And I do believe this is a market release. Yep, 2022. And it is called A New Day Has Come. And I loved it because it's different. And when I was buying it, we were talking about it. And I said, oh, it's just so bold. And she goes, yeah, it's very graphic.
Somebody says something's really graphic. I get a very specific image of
Oh.
like nudity or something, like
Oh,
talk
I'm not
about
giving it away. Here we go.
no nudity in this, not that kind of
No.
graphic.
So it's like a
That
really
is really pretty. That's
a
really
capital, let's see, a big and a little cap. The lowercase letter is bigger than the capital.
yeah, that's interesting. Artful.
And I loved it. I just love the colors, and I almost didn't want to give this away either.
Kind of has
but I
like a
will.
stained glass feeling to it or something.
Yeah, it just has a very blocky,
Uh-huh.
very bold.
That's cute.
And robins to me are the epitome of spring because they're like our state bird. Not
We
really.
have like a theme going for this month.
What?
Last week's is Robin too. What are we going to use for a word though? We can't use Robin again. They're not our state bird.
No, I don't.
To lose the
A
spot.
little slow on the uptick there, honey. No, but they were like my mom would always talk about when the robins returned. It was spring. We could just use the word spring.
Did you know that our robins that we have here are actually thrushes? They're not actually like the same as English robins.
Well, we call them robin redbreast.
We call them robin because they have but they're actually a thrush. Spring, we could just use the word spring.
Okay, if you want to win Artful Offerings, use the word spring.
Oh, I'm gonna write it down in my planner.
Yeah, and that's about it. I do have, I think I just need to
Audience,
talk
can
to
you
you
provide
about.
some applause for us? Jess?
Hmm?
That I have a studio audience. Can you provide some applause for us there?
Everybody come back up. I'm sorry. We need
No,
to probably
just
cut this
Jess.
up. Oh,
And so,
yeah,
sorry,
shut the
just
door on
jotting
me.
down the words so that I don't forget.
Spring.
Yes, spring. Okay. What else is on our list? Organized one.
Well, we wanted to just get the stitching stuff out of the way before we did the chit chat, which we don't have to do much chit chat. What is he saying?
Okay.
Go away, Jesse. I'm not even in the room with you and you're making me nervous.
Okay. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I just had book talk or, chit chat.
Well, yeah. So we won't be talking about cross stitch anymore. So if you hate book talk, leave. Bye. We're trying to be organized, so we're putting
We
things.
decided we should do the stitch stuff up front so that anybody that doesn't want to stay for the chit
Oh, we
chat.
usually do.
Huh?
We usually do though.
Usually do, yeah. The book stuff's usually at the end, but I just wanted to make sure we just kind of got that out of the way. Sometimes I feel like our giveaways are kind of thrown in there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
we kind of pop them in different places.
Yeah.
But that's kind of good because then people don't know when to just skip forward to, and then they actually have to watch, which is pretty good for our YouTube ratings.
We need a rating, guys.
What are you reading lately?
I'm still reading by Maisie Dobbs.
The new,
Which is called,
the newest.
That's the newest one, and I'm trying to remember what it's called because my Kindle app on my phone, well, my Kindle actually updated, and it's like really irritating because now everything, I can't find things.
Oh.
And like there's a book here that I don't remember, Fallen Stones. Anyway, it's called The Consequences of Fear, and it's about World War II, which is a little heavy to read right now because. But I go through these cycles. And I feel like it's usually at least once a year where I'm really drawn to World War II books. I don't know why, because I just got another one. I think it was, I don't know if I bought it or if it was Amazon Prime, The Darling Girl, or Amazon First Reads, The Darling Girls of Guernsey. And it's kind of if you read the Sweet Potato.
Yeah, the Guernsey
Society, yeah.
Pie.
It's on the same island, and I think it's another one of those stories where there's three women and how they're dealing with the invasion of their island, and then I think there's a component of present day that comes in, like how what they go through affects. So anyway, I'm kind of eyeing that one next, but I like the Jacqueline Winspear one. I've been tired and I've been staying up late stitching, so I haven't really been reading a whole lot. But it's so far just setting the tone for the main little character. It's a little guy, like 11-year-old kid that's a messenger for all these big wigs, and so he's running at night. Like literally, these kids ran. Just they picked kids that were really good at running from school, and they recruited them to do messaging from big wig to big wig. Isn't that crazy? Can you imagine that happening
before
now?
you had electronic messaging.
And he sees a murder happen on his way to. So there's bombing happening around him, not right by him. And in the dark shadows, he sees somebody being murdered. And he sees kind of the person that's doing the murdering, kind of in the flashes of the bombing because it's dark. And then he makes it to the house he's supposed to be going with this message in his pocket. And when the guy opens the door, he realizes it's the guy that he just saw murdering somebody. So he's kind of freaked out. And when he tries to go report it, when he runs back to go home, the body's gone. There's no sign of a murder at all. But he feels like he has to say something. So he tries to report it. Nobody takes him seriously. And so now somebody has referred him to Maisie Dobbs. So she's going to be on the case.
On the case, Maisie Dobbs.
On the case. Maisie's on it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've been reading. What are you reading?
I'm getting to the end of Dune and still enjoying it. Really. It kind of had a slower start than the movie. And then once it got going, it's really interesting. It's like really amazing how he's created this entire world of the book. So I'm reading that.
My dad didn't like those. I think they were too slow for him.
They're kind of esoteric, or what's the right word? Yeah, maybe.
He might like them now. He was reading them probably back when he was reading a lot of the new to him, like not Sanderson, but like
Yeah.
Tolkien and
Yeah. And they're not really fantasy like that. They're definitely
Jordan.
like sci-fi. But he has these like visions, and those vision sequences are very like heady, and they're kind of hard to decipher. You kind of have to just stick.
I think that's why
Jesse said more. Jesse liked all the books, he said, but they become more and more like that kind of through the course of the book. But I'll just keep going with the second one eventually. But I'm reading that, and then with Liddy for school, I'm going to have her read Ben-Hur, so I'm reading that a little bit ahead of her.
Little light reading.
Little light reading. And what is Millie and I are reading Oliver Twist for school. Another little light reading. That one's pretty heavy. But really good. I mean, those are good literature.
Well, and you're reading it with them, so it's not like you just hand them this book and say, "Here, read it," and then they can say, "Hey, I read it," and not even understand a word they read.
Yeah, no, these ones are a little bit higher that they need. They have several books that are a little bit simpler that they do on their own, like biographies or whatever. But this one, I think Ben-Hur will be fun to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it as an audiobook together, but I'm reading it ahead of her a little bit on my own. So I know some of the vocabulary that we might need to talk about. What else am I reading? Those are the main things, I think. I have a few other school books that I'm trying to read ahead of, but
I just haven't really. I've got a ton of books that are right there at the top of my queue that I really want to read. I just need to make time. So if you're reading something exciting or fun or different, let us know in the comments, because we do have a GoodReads page too going.
Yeah, and I think I probably might have missed a couple to add in there, but I don't know. I tried to keep up with that. If you make a recommendation, to put them in there, if I remember to do that.
That's about it.
What are your plans? We didn't put plans on our plan.
Well, my plans are to still work on my magazine monthly goals, which are sadly, well, no, they're actually not too bad, actually, now that I think about it. I think I just have to do, I need to work on the autumn squirrel that I didn't show today. I'm supposed to finish Flower Fairy, but I don't think I will. But I've got a good start on her.
That's the Stitchy Princess one?
Yeah. I need to finish March's Our Year calendar. Oh, I worked on Ring Around the Rosie because it was on here. That's why I worked on it. Ring Around the Rose Tree. I forgot that's why I did it. So I'm going to work on Autumn Squirrel and Our Year calendar. And then I need to see if I put in my hours. I don't know if I finished my hours for my other WIPGO. So my Biscornu I'm going to work on, because that's a WIPGO. I think I've already met my WIPGO goal on that. But I want to do my magazine monthly push forward or spring forward goal.
Right.
And I need to do a little bit more on Year at Hawk Run Hollow. So it's quite a bit, actually.
Get moving.
In March, we have a week and 3, 4, 5 days. We got a week and a half still.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do it.
4, 6.
I'll focus on the WIPGO pieces first. Just get those out of the way.
I have 10.5 hours on my magazine monthly. I can do that. If we have 11 days, I usually stitch at least an hour a night.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
I can do it.
I think I also will
Jesse's silently judging me over there for planning out my stitching. No, he's not. I don't know what he's thinking.
I also want to start my summer Vivaldi piece. My Strawberry Girl. I want to start her.
Their summer one. Yeah.
Get started on her as part of spring.
Carolyn left a comment saying she really wants me to start the spring at Hawk Run Hollow for her birthday. So I just need to buy fabric for that, which is going to cost money, but I'm going to find room in the budget for it.
I'm not listening.
I'm not listening. Is that what he said?
Listening. Well, he's reading, but anyways. So Carolyn, I will start that this month. Well, maybe April, like sometime.
Maybe I should start a third Hawk Run Hollow, because I'm bombing along on the 2 that I got going. I think a third one is, no, if I spend money, it's going to be on my summer Quaker fabric and Valdani threads.
I might,
Which
I might treat myself and put in a 1, 2, 3 stitch order and find the fabric I need
yeah.
for that, because
Not that
I
much.
wanted to stitch that one for a long time, and she sent me the pattern. So
Well, yeah, and once you get the fabric, it's just DMCs.
yeah, which probably are all in here.
I'm guessing.
I might
Why
not have to buy any DMCs because of this.
I'm thinking you could be really right on that. I do.
Yeah.
I think maybe I will order that fabric. I think Candy from 614 Stitcher and Aunt Nancy were starting spring Quakers, but I don't have that one yet. I think I just had summer. I was going to start summer for spring because I love
Summer
it. And
pretty too.
spring and summer, they look very similar. They're flowery, pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I also really want to start the Rosewood Manor chrysanthemums, but I think I'll do the Spring at Home Run Hollow. I've been waiting to do that one a long, long time. So
Maybe we should do the chrysanthemum one. We should start it on like the first day of summer,
that'd be fun.
if you can wait that long.
Are chrysanthemums a summery flower or a fall flower?
Well, they're a fall flower, but they're a flower.
We could do it in fall.
We could do it in fall if you want to wait that long.
I probably could.
We were going to start our Hawk Run Hollows in the fall, and then an hour later, we were online buying them in May.
That's right. Well, they were having a sale or something, so we had to
Like
pick it up.
$2 off. Whoop, whoop.
We had to get them for the sale. Yeah.
Okay, well, we should take bets on whether we can make it till fall to start it.
Don't have to wait till fall. We can do it in the summer.
Yeah, and I think that's just DMCs.
Well, I think,
No, it's not.
no, you're right. It has,
It's fancy flosses, I think.
yeah, it has something else.
Yeah.
So,
It might have conversions, but if I'm going to do a piece that big, I'm probably going to get the fancy flosses,
yeah,
something like that.
decide what I can do.
Or, do some, mix and match. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, I've got no other plans. We're just going to watch the rainfall for the next week,
Yeah.
run outside in between rainstorms and maybe prune my ferns back. You have to go in and clip you have to cut them down to nothing in March.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Jesse pruned all my raspberries back the rest of the way yesterday, which was great because I've been trying to find time to get out there to do that. Just been busy. I just have a lot going on. So
Yeah, I do.
I
Yeah.
am thankful he
workers.
did that for me. We need to spray our fruit trees we have like kind of an organic spray that we're going to try again.
Mhm.
See if that helps start killing off some of the codling moth. Hi, Opal. My dog is ready.
Yeah, we've got to demoss our
I
roof
kind of want to. Oh yeah, we don't have to deal with that too much here. It's not moist enough to get.
and our grass. Our grass is really mossy.
Yeah, we don't really get that either.
Yeah, well, because you don't drown.
Get weeds, weeds and weeds.
Weeds. Yeah, but I think work is settled down. I shouldn't even say that because if I say it, it's not going to happen. But I feel like I'm going into this coming week in a better headspace than I had the last several weeks because just so much going on. And there's so many weird things going on that I've just kind of let it go and just think, I can't change this. This is just going to have to be the way it is. And people are just going to have to understand that I can't change some of this stuff. It's out of my control. So I think that I feel better about work, but I've also kind of ignored it all weekend.
That's good
Really
too.
let it go. Yeah. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, but I am going to get those packages, those giveaways mailed for sure. Get those off the door.
That's high on my list of things to do too.
Yeah. I don't really, we live a very quiet, small little life. We went to church today for the first time in 2 years.
I was glad to see that.
That was a big deal. We'll see how long it lasts. We don't have a mask mandate anymore. I think we're the last state besides Hawaii to get rid of their mask mandate.
But it's
So
done.
I know a lot of people. I was talking to the guy that was manning the coffee booth, and he goes, "Oh, it's so good to see you guys again." I said, "Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts," because we were not interested in going and having to wear a mask. We would just watch it on TV. So yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. He goes, "Yeah." He says, I'm not holding my breath. So we'll see. We might be okay. I feel like everybody and their uncle got Omicron or maybe had it and didn't even know they had it. So hopefully we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Plus, I was telling Dad, we're moving into the outdoor season now, right? I mean, we're going in the spring and summer, and people are doing more outside. Windows are open, so hopefully we're kind of through that dark winter time where flu and cold, and now COVID season maybe we might dodge a bullet a little bit if there's a new variant. So we'll see.
I hope so. The
I hope
girls
so.
have been selling eggs like crazy.
Are they?
They sold 3 dozen this morning and 1 dozen Friday and a dozen to you last week. So I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Dad's like, those are expensive eggs. I said, well, honey, they're home.
Well, they're actually not compared to store-bought eggs anymore. Right now, like eggs in the
Really?
store.
How much are eggs over by you?
Oh,
I don't know.
the cheapest is to get them at Costco or whatever for like 5 dozen. And that's the very, very cheapest. But I think I paid $3 for a dozen probably in just the store if I just get a dozen eggs.
Really? They're
Yeah.
not that high over here.
Oh,
Not that unless they've just gone up.
hmm.
But I haven't
Yeah.
paid 3 dozen for an.
They're so
$3
high
for
over
it.
here.
Yeah. Oh, he was just laughing. I go, well, they're your granddaughter's eggs. They're worth it.
The quality is way, way better.
Yes, way, way better.
Way better.
Yeah. I've just got no other big exciting plans. Nobody visiting next weekend that I know of. No. I feel like I'm missing
I know,
something, but I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
You know what's crazy is that this is how little my life is. When your brother and sister-in-law were here, Sam and Ash, which was what, 2 weeks ago, he topped off my tank of gas. And I am still like, I've maybe used a quarter tank of gas in 2 weeks.
that was crazy. Ugh. I spend a lot on gas. That's part of why money is kind of tight right now because we just
Yeah.
spend a lot.
And you have cheap gas.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Dad,
cheaper
husband-
than you, but it's still not cheap.
my dad, Kerry got an app on his phone called something about gas, and it finds you
The
the
cheapest.
cheapest gas stations around.
Yeah.
We were going to get it at Costco, and we did. Well, the line at Costco was like crazy long,
Mhm.
but we didn't because we had to get out. But yeah. So I'm not really going there. I went to Issaquah. That was the biggest trip I've taken in 2 weeks, and that's like 20 minutes in each way. So
Yeah.
like not really. Yeah, we're saving up for our big cross country trip. It's going to
Mhm.
cost us $1,000 in gas probably.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, anyway, yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and I'm going to put this on Instagram too, but today, which you won't see this until Monday. So we're recording on Sunday. Tomorrow on Monday, when this gets posted, is the day that I'm drawing names on Elfster. So if you want to be part of our Stitchy Smalls exchange, email me. Well, it might be too late, but that's why I'm going to put something on Instagram. But if you've joined us already, you should be getting drawn names tomorrow.
So
So
how's
what's
that
your
gonna-
email? That should go through it should go to your email, I think. Elfster
Through
usually.
Elfster. Okay.
So, yeah. So Elfster is a free, safe website for doing
Yeah.
exchanges.
So if you signed up, you'll get an email either tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever you get a.
Yeah, it should be an email coming up.
Okay.
Definitely by the middle of the week, but I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. So I think it would just go straight out. So
Yeah,
you'll know who you are stitching for, but you won't necessarily know who's stitching for you.
right.
And
So
then
we're
you can
keeping it
get
a
started
secret.
working on that. So
Like, we're not even going to show you
Yeah.
what we're working on because we
no,
don't.
it's going to be all secret. So we'll have secret projects going, even from each other. I'm not going to tell her.
Because we could end up with each other.
I know. So
Well, depends on what order because you're doing it in a circle.
no, I'm not. It's just going to randomly do it.
Oh, okay.
Everybody is going to have somebody different than their own.
Okay, got it.
But it's not really a circle as much. It's just
I gotta spend some time looking on my favorites and my saves because I know I've been.
I think I have mine chosen, and I'm excited about it.
Do you?
Mhm.
Okay,
So, well,
we're gonna do it.
we'll get some dinner going here.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for joining us.
I
Yeah,
like
we're just having nachos, and half of it's already cooked up in the fridge. So the meat's already cooked.
No, I did chicken.
Oh yeah, you can make
Still
chicken.
smell that chicken.
Well, go eat it and then you'll enjoy it.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Happy stitching.